miss me with that bullshit. You ain't really wild, you a tourist. I be blacking out with the purist.
Hello. It's time, my friends. It's time for the wonderful playthrough of Dragon Quest X. Dragon Quest X, where we're getting into the final battle of 4.3. This is where we're finally giving him the what for. The Dark Swordsman, the Padre, the pad of the Dre. This is when we're going to actually figure out who our true big bad of the land this version is. And also in this episode, we're going to complete a little bit of the Gaiden quest. If all goes well and this cutscene goes well. But as we are talking about today, I'm gonna have to listen to my body a little bit because literally right before I started recording this, I was doing well on my nose and my sciences. But as we start to get deeper and deeper into the thick of it, if you will, it's starting to act up on me. So also, I completely forgot which freaking quest I was doing here. We're gonna get the daily done real quick here before we get started. Yeah, it was Cuckoo. Yeah, we're gonna get the daily done real quick before we get started, so I can test out if my nose truly works, because we do have to do a little bit of voice acting today. I won't get too deep into the dredges of the voice acting for the Puku quest. And it's also not too taxing of a role, but the cutscenes there aren't really that cool, so we won't get into it. But I think maybe my congestedness might help out a little bit with the voice acting. Who knows? But we might call this one off because, like I said, right before I started recording, it was feeling good. I was feeling all bright and bushy-tailed. But I'm starting to feel it. We'll see how this boss fight goes, though. And also, I realize that even if I can't do this live commentary, I can always just overdub it with post if I get too congested or nasty at areas. But yeah, that's essentially what we're getting over on here. Last time we fought the big old mech. I have some Seiken Densetsu characters here as well, and also Reina has like 0 MP, so I'm gonna have to do a lot of the work here. No worries. We have the amazing Hermit, Angela. She was not a healer in her game, but I made her a Hermit here because we need to kill this boss, and Hermit's gonna make it the easiest for us to do so. Oh yeah, excuse me. It has been quite a few days with this whole sickness, but I do see that it's really being one of those months of January here. One of the Januaries that truly January is the hardest, because a lot of people on and offline, IRL and not, have been getting sick. So I am just but a vessel, a vessel for the good word, and the good word is that nobody is safe. Nobody is safe, my friends, and we need to protect ourselves. So yeah, guys, keep your head on a swivel. I'd say definitely take care of yourselves, and listen to this episode, listen to this podcast. This is literally what's going to teach you to listen to your body, to listen to your mind, because the body knows before the brain every time. The B before the B. It's crazy how often this works, and I'm starting to figure it out a lot more. But yeah, oftentimes they say the internal shapes the external, but we're not lying to ourselves about how we feel. And oftentimes you can sort of just feel when something's off. You can feel when something it's weird, it's screwy, it's awkward, right? So when you can feel that, just know that the situation requires a certain sense of care, okay? Tread carefully. Don't make too many brash decisions, right? It's just like me recording this episode. I know I feel a little sick, so if need be, I will just do this cutscene and this boss fight, and then we'll call it. And then maybe I'll do some post commentary, and we'll get back to it later. But a job must be done. And I'm literally just doing this stupid job that nobody really fucking cares about, to not destroy my own livelihood, mental clarity, all that bullshit, because I feel like that's truly what kills us. If you want to know a little bit of backstory on the Koopa, midway through doing this channel, I did get fired from the good old job, and it's just been a long series of getting fired from jobs. So I'm just sort of locking in on what I actually feel like doing, and it just so happens to be a weird Japanese MMO. A little bit of commentary, a little bit of music, a little bit of creation, a little bit of ranting about the dystopian nature of life. But we're relating it all to RPGs and Dragon Quest, the original RPG, right? It's a good time. It's a good time. So, like I said, here's the final boss of 4.3. Good old Padre. There's a lot of deep anguish, you know, resentment baked into this battle, because he's been a running character not even since the end of this version, but since like version 3. Not the end, the beginning of this version, excuse me. But since the end of version 3, a little bit in the start of it, but mostly the end of version 3, you've been like curious, like who the hell is this guy, right? Who is this man? Who's Mans? But yeah, a lot of the story I feel like in this version definitely starts to get super weird, and they don't really explain or elaborate really ever until maybe like version 5 or 6, mostly like 6 and also 7. But yeah, it definitely starts to get very wonky here. I feel like we were sort of based in just weird time travel nonsense in the first 2 versions, and then the 3rd version got a little bit of metaphorical, like I did with my what do you call it, analogies to the internet and what was going on at the time, pop culture wise. But over here, they start to do this weird movie Back to the Future reference over here in version 4. And, you know, before they started setting up really hard with all the stuff that they continue to do in this game, it just comes off as a little goofy. A little quirky, I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, I feel like this is where the story really started taking off. And baked in with all the rest of the stuff, I do like going back to 4. It's just, you know, when you're in the process of it, you're like, what the fuck? What is happening here? Who is this guy? Why are we fighting him? Right? So, this boss, although it is a little bit hard at the end, really doesn't have too many crazy gimmicks to it. He has this curse move. He has his swords, swipes, his giant AoE sword thing that he does that you can easily dodge by getting behind him. He's got that AoE party pooper, and then the what is it, the ground thing that he does. Oh, he's knocking us down again. Yeah, here we go. The ground thing that he does, this one. That one doesn't do too much damage, but you still kind of don't want to sit in it, especially when you're cursed, like I am. Let me see if I can get rid of this curse for myself. I don't like having curse on me. I'm gonna try and mute as much as possible when I need to sniffle and stuff. It's just something I personally don't like to hear in videos. You know, I'm not an ASMR artist, nor am I a beautiful anime woman, so people don't need to hear my mouth sounds, I'd say. I'd say it's very unrequired. And like I said, I make these for me mostly. So when I go back to it, I don't like to hear myself sniffle and snore and do all these weird things on the mic, so it's one of the reasons why I refuse to record in such a state. Also, I'm doing the voice acting for this one, this version, and it's been pretty fun so far. It's been a pretty damn good time. Kind of wish I would have started in version 3, but that's the whole thing about this playthrough in general. I'm glad that I'm doing it now, but I do wish I would have started consistently posting more in the past. I feel like that's every YouTuber's, you know, journey. It's like, why didn't I start sooner? But I really had this idea and I just didn't follow through on it because, well, of course it was pretty cringe. But on top of that, I just always view the internet as an inherently scary place that you need to be prepared for. But that's the crazy thing that we're going to get into on this episode, and I might as well start on the topic now. You will never really be prepared for anything. You know, having a child, starting a job, you know, creating a business. You're never really going to be prepared, but your body's going to know that you're not prepared, so that you start. You know what I'm saying? Your body's always going to know that something needs to change. But I'm still scared and I'm not ready and I don't know how all the details. But that just lets you know that you really do need to start. Like I said, it's a crazy thing. But what you want to look for when beginning things is that like burning passion of curiosity. And it feels fearful. It feels like just give me some time so I can prepare. Like it's like I'm not really like I'm delaying starting, but you are delaying starting, right? There's always something you can do to get the ball rolling. And I feel like I was being way too hard on myself with, you know, not having enough available to start, or not having enough information to start, or whatever. You know, I was being way too hard on myself with certain stipulations that don't really matter in the first place. as far as starting even something, you know, small as this, it really just comes down to you not being fearful anymore and just posting the thing, doing the end results of where you want to be and acting like it is the 100%, you know, plus ultra result that you always wanted it to be, and just keeping punching the system. And now more than ever, we really need to do that. Okay. So here we go. Second phase of the fight. This is what we were all worried for. During this phase, he's a lot faster, and his defense is stupid high now. I believe he just halves everything that you do to him. And yeah, like I said, the speed does a lot. I don't think his damage goes up that much, but the speed does do a lot as far as him being able to wipe the party. If he does too many of these combined with the sword swipes, we could be in trouble. So I'm just going to try and body block as much as possible. Like I said, his damage, or my damage rather, it's going to be very low for this half of the fight here. But he doesn't have too much health left, so it shouldn't matter that much. But this is basically going to be half the battle, is just bursting him down from here. Now, luckily, we do have our heal slime. We have our heal slime this time. So that means the Rite of Rain is really going to do numbers against his tri-burst here. Oh, no, not the tri-burst, but the swords. The swords it hits a bunch of times, right? But yeah, you got to recognize that your body will know, but a lot of people look for the comfort, and that's the main. I feel like that's like the main deceit of life. It's just that there's no comfort. There's no way you're always going to be comfortable, and if you are always comfortable, then it's probably a lie, and somebody's using you or deceiving you. Like, if you really want to progress and do this whole American dream, human dream, whatever fucking dream, if you want to dream the dream, you know, if you want to comb outside of your dreams for once, you got to be uncomfortable basically all the fucking time. I mean, like, not all the time, but you know, like, basically all the time, right? And whenever you start things and you're in that position of, oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing, it's just so weird, this is so awkward, I'm embarrassing myself, I'm a loser, I feel like there's a certain kind of person that leans into that energy, you know? And I don't mean to, I don't need to, you know, toot my own horn here, but I really feel like I'm adjacent to that kind of person. You know, it's like I love the act of losing, getting run over, getting destroyed, like is what is happening literally right now. But it's fine. Everybody in this party can revive except for me, so I did that purposely to allow myself to just die a lot and be able to yap. But yeah, it's a thing where I just have the desire to grow from things. Oh yeah, his buff went off. His buff wore off. See, it's not that bad, right? It's not that bad. Now we can just absolutely destroy him because he ran out of energy like a fucking loser. You know, it's funny because I feel like the last time I did this, I actively killed him before he ran out of energy, which you can do. As you can see there, it didn't take too many fucking hits to destroy him that time. But yeah, he's eventually gonna run out of steam. I think if you have a hammer as well, you can MP break him. You can MP break him so that he can't have any moves when he's bursted. So he's just regularly attacking you, and you're like, well, we're just gonna wait till this wears off, and then, you know, eventually wears off, you kill. Okay, so, oh, not bad. Interesting. Ooh, the big bad.
I am Chironos. Again and again, you have attempted to ruin my great work. Enraged as I am, I still find your mastery of time travel interesting. You would make an excellent puppet, far better than this one. However, my perfection is almost within my grasp. This defective puppet will suffice for the final stages.
Okay, you're just gonna leave? You're not gonna explain anything? Okay. Okay, well, see you later, man. Oh, everybody's leaving. Jeez. So his name was Kairu Ronos. That's it's eerily similar to oh. Is anybody seeing a heart there for some reason? Anyways, it's to be continued. It's to be continued. And I think I am feeling pretty good. Pretty good now. So I think we will do a little bit more of the Puku section. So let's go ahead and finish this up. I'll yap to you guys a little bit more over the credits for this one. Also, Clarity just updated, so they have character name there. Leave them alone, okay? Shobu is busy. God, man. Leave them alone. Anyways, we got all our stuff. The Dark Swordsman, Karonos. He's evil. That's our god box. The evil heart-shaped box. Yes, yes, yes. So we'll speak to Sage Lucinda again. Let's view these memories. All right. Crazy, crazy, crazy things in version 4. So 4.3 is basically the tale of betrayal. You know, we started out 4.0 with us getting off the wrong foot with the Ethin village and going directly back in time. And I feel like that set us off for all of the events here. And then 4.1 and 4.2 were us solving different calamity beast, you know, from being reawakened and whatnot. After we completely fucked up the timeline 4.1. And this one, we actually finally figured out a little bit about what's going on with this Dark Swordsman character, which, like I said, has been along with us since version 3, basically. And so it's all coming to culmination. As you can probably tell, we've done, of course, Lindirgia in the middle. We did Urbia, and then we did Ogreed, and the first one we did... Let's see the first one we did in 4.1. Hold on, let me go to a playlist, because I don't even fucking remember, man. I don't even fucking remember. Is this a 4.1? It's gonna hit me right in the balls, I swear to you. It's gonna hit me right in right in my nutsack feels. Right there, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Glendora. Grandora. We did here. Lindirgia and then Grandora. To get the good old time traveling beast guy who's immortal and whatnot. That was a very short one, so I feel like that's why I sort of forgot about it. But yeah, for our next one, we are going to Puku, as Sage Lucinda just told us. We'll be going around to, I think, every place except for I don't think we go to what do you call it? Eltona? Early on Eltona. But for now, let's get on to... Wait, is this the right place? Oh, you know what? I think I already accepted this quest from the king. We might have done this. We might have started this quest during the Alliance Battle quest when we were doing the Calamity King. So, to start this quest line, you essentially have to go talk to the king. Good old Kingly King. We're probably going to go to 235, I'd say, or so. But this is 232 now. You have to do this entire guide-in quest. I believe it starts at 230 or 231. But this guide-in quest, before we go into the Puku section for 4.4, is mostly about figuring out what truly happened in the past, of course, with our good friend Faustel. Because something is tipping us off to Ghost and people basically wanting revenge. They have deep-seated resentment for Fosstale and their notoriety for now. And yes, this is the same Fosstale. As we can gather, is pretty much just fucking immortal and never dies, or is somebody like us who has a soul that just inhabits different bodies. I don't think it's still really fully been explained, but either way, Fosstale, very old in general, right? And so we're figuring out why these sort of skeleton soldiers, Puku, Ghost, or whatever, because Fosstale has a story that's been like chronicled, but we're figuring out why they have this sort of revengeful nature towards there. And in version 4.4, get into a little bit of the origins of the Pukus, of course. And like a lot of these civilizations, everything was a little bit better back in the day. I don't know how the Asians figured this shit out, but they just knew like the slop was going to take over, and our current situation was only going to get worse and worse and worse by the things that come out. It's so funny how accurate that shit was. I don't know why I felt like doing that last part of the voice acting and not anything else, but I thought that was funny. So yeah, a lot of these bosses are gonna be very easy. Like I said, this is the guiding quest from version 1. You can do this stuff at any time, I believe, after you've done the key emblem for Megestris. You can just come here and do that. So they're not going to be super crazy hard bosses. You can see they're all doing like 1 damage to me right here. So it doesn't matter that we didn't heal at all from the last boss. Probably won't need to during this entire quest line, for being real. I probably will go heal when we're done recording though. So I'll probably do some dailies or something. That's one thing about this game. I love that I can just do a book to heal instead of going to like an inn or hitting a heal spot or something. Because I don't know, I just like being efficient with timing like that. So oftentimes I just don't heal all day unless I need to use like an MP potion or whatever, and then just do the daily. Just do the daily next time I log in. Boom, bam, super easy. Do I have evac on this? No, I don't. I need to buy more bells. That's fine. But yeah, oftentimes, guys, if you got a weird feeling about someone, it doesn't come from nowhere, You should probably talk to, somebody else who knows them as well about it. Get those feelings out. Don't talk to ChatGPT about it, you fucking weirdo. Do your research, of course, as well. I always feel weird about that, and I think that also is what lends us to have this shit generation where the Asians just knew everything's gonna be terrible in the future, and it's because we can just look up anything, and now we all think we know everything instead of like doing what you're actually supposed to do to pass on information and going to a goddamn human. Because the robots basically are taking over the human jobs because they're training us to be fucking robots in the first place. This is the whole toxic thing about work culture. I feel like work really has devolved us as a situation. Situation? Look at this. It's work's fault that I can't even speak. Okay, but I feel like work has devolved us as a civilization. On truer terms than you really even understand, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But in order to drive us to be these perfectly efficient machines, we're now so inefficient at being humans. At living. So inefficient at living that we all want to kill ourselves. Yay! If I see another Excel sheet, I'm going to kill myself. I swear to God. But yeah, it's one of those horrible tools, this internet thing, that makes us think we're all fundamentally broken. Which is not true. It's not true. We're supposed to be broken, if that's the case. And I think we are. On a certain level, I think we are supposed to be broken. But yeah, a lot of people will let you think that that's bad. And if you think that's bad, then guess what's gonna translate, my friend? It's you being bad because you thought it. Because the world's funny like that. Because the world's an eternal trickster like that. You know, it's like, oh, what, you think you're bad? Well, then you totally are, buddy. You totally are. What are you talking about? You said it. You said it. I didn't say it. But it makes you feel like you are. But that's the thing, man. I would much rather feel like I'm bad, but still do it because I just like doing it, rather than, you know, bend my back over doing what I think is good and I think makes people comfortable. And then being berated for it in the future, even though I was doing what I thought I was supposed to do was right. And then I'm like, bro, just do what you want, man. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what people want. It's getting a little dark in here. We'll turn the light up a little bit. And I will do voice acting a little bit more because I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, baby. Feeling good, baby. Feeling good, baby. Prince Regulus. Doesn't matter great importance, baby. A soldier proponent at Pista Hills is just reported in. West of here, in the east of Apista Hills. I'm trying to Apista on her heels. That was gross. Feet people rejoice. That was gross. I apologize. Anyways, a spirit soldier is said to have appeared in Pista Cave. I think it's pronounced Pista? I don't know. A lot of these things I've never said out loud, so this is really fun. Spirit soldiers? It's happening again. It's the dream I had about the mini ghost attacking the castle. The dream I had comes true. It means the spirit soldiers will continue to appear. We can afford to cause unrest among the people. To prevent any information from leaking out, I need you and your elite unit to take down the spirit soldiers. Leave it to me! Look at him. So happy. So happy to go off and get his ass wiped! Okay, I'm not gonna be that mean. He is gonna get wiped up. The elite troops are all masters of the Magistra style of swordsmanship, which means they suck. We would like to ask for help, a baby as well. We should really go there. Yes, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Okay. What did you do? Did you just sniff me? Thank you. With baby, I have no worries. Well then. Okay, let's continue. Okay. More reading, more research. Yes! We're warping, we're warping, we're warping, we're warping. Okay. Yeah, you do have to get through all these guiding quests. Go ahead and show it here. A lot of them aren't required until later, though. All the mythology, aka guide, and you have to do all of these. You have to do all of these eventually. Eventually, you know, not fucking immediately, right? So I'm gonna do them as they come up, basically, whenever the requirements say that we have to. Because they do kind of sort of intrinsically relate to what you do in the version thereafter, coming up and whatnot. I essentially think they created the lines for these sort of sections, but I really don't know retroactively when they did them, if I'm being real. I really don't know. I really don't know! So, they are scaled down hella low, though, so this is going to be an easy fight. We... elite troops defeated. What strength? His swordsmanship is similar to ours. Magistra swordsmanship. We are great, man, with a nominal fighting spirit, and no one can stop us. We will fight our way through to save families we love. All right, save those families. I want to get my family back. Where's my family? I need my family back. Yeah. But I think that's the main thing. I think that's the main thing that work has taken away from us. It's taken away the ambition, you know? The fact that a lot of guys grow into their manly selves by just swinging their dick around and doing stuff that's fucking wrong and having confidence in doing that wrong shit. Work has kind of put us in the team player mindset. You don't ever really win unless you win with the team and all this bullshit. It just sort of neuters guys in the natural ways that we grow and evolve, you know? getting out there, getting our hands dirty, making mistakes, being retards. You know, working hard, putting square peg into circle hole 8 million times until you realize that square peg does not fit into circle hole. Especially since it's like, it's such a big world, but it's such a small fucking world, man. I'm a huge Twitch user. I would not call myself a streamer at all, even though we do stream. We do stream. It's mostly a radio. I'm not gonna voice act this one, I don't care. I have a story to tell, God damn it. Anyways, I'm a huge Twitch user. I often think too much and I can't sleep and I don't fucking sleep. So I have streamers just talking in the background usually, or like a long YouTube video or a Let's Play or something. A good example of this, good old Vine Sauce. Vine Sauce is an amazing go-to for me. But yeah, I do that, right? And the reason why I say this to relate to this last thing that I mentioned here is this big world is a small world. I often, so many times, just have the streamers, you know, on and all that stuff because of their whole raider culture where, you know, you have to keep the cycle going, keep the content generating, blah, 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 blah. You know, which is good, but at the same time it's bad, which is why I don't do raids, because personally I think, you know, you should probably just stop the fucking content and, you know, turn your computer off when the stream ends, maybe, but whatever. The thing about that is, I often leave the thing off, and then the raids happen, and blah, 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 whatever. Bro, I don't know how many people have this experience, but I will have that stream just going. And then, you know, I'll wake up in the morning, laptop's still on, and it'll be on somebody completely different that I follow, but I didn't know that the streamer I was watching followed that person at all. And I'm like, but wait, how did you make it here from here? And I'm like, what? Do you know that? Was it what? It happens so often. It happens way more often. And I feel like it's because, you know, I'm in generally the same kinds of circles, you know, RPGs, gooners, funny people, retro games, all that shit, right? I'm in generally the same circles all the time. Also a lot of creative people. I like watching people do art or music and whatnot. Yeah. But yeah, I'm in generally the same kind of circles. So of course, the popular ones, the good ones, you know, will constantly be cycled through, especially at the same times, you know. But yeah, it's weird how this ecosystem works. And it's the same with jobs, man. You fuck up in one job, you fuck up in one field, it follows you. It follows you. And people taking that into dating culture, in every relationship, and everything. So now, like, it's like guys are just walking on eggshells constantly. We're not allowed to make mistakes. We're not allowed to go against the grain. You know, we're not allowed to have stupid opinions. And that's all guys are. That's it. I'm sorry. That's all we fucking do. We just have bad opinions. We're just retards. We just do stupid shit all the time because it's fun. It is fun, right? It's fun to be stupid. I think it's very fun. But you know, that's the thing. It's to me, it's fun to make mistakes. But I'm realizing more and more that it's just not safe. You know, it's just not safe nowadays. You know, it's like too much stuff is riding on you. Your family, your friends, your culture, your justice, your sense of what's right. So many things are riding on everything now. And I don't know, man. I feel like we just have too much to lose to be making all these fucking mistakes all the damn time. And so, you know, you want people to read your story back and be like, oh wow, what a great upstanding individual this guy was. But it's such an oxymoron because, like I said, it's like man nature. It's like man rulebook number 1 to just be fucking stupid, groveling idiot man. That's what we do. Like it's not a bad thing, guys. I love it. I embrace it, right? That's how we learn. That's how we eventually become the Jeff Bezos and become the evil reptiles that steal all our money, right? It's by doing stupid shit first. But I'm sorry, I got lost. Yeah, I feel like you're just gonna know. I feel like your body is just gonna know what's right and what's there and what's good, and then you just use your mind to shape that. You know, you don't even have to really embrace the full feeling. You know, you just have to know that you're feeling it and just use your mind to shape it. But a lot of that comes from action. I feel like when I say use my mind to shape it, I feel like a lot of people are just like, just sit there and ponder on how you feel for 8 hours. I'm like, no, man. Like you gotta take that body feeling, take the action, and then combine it with the mind. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of this fucking internet age has done to us. It's just like work neutered us, and then the internet gave us all the information to be like, okay, so you're neutered, right? So you just gotta write your way out. You gotta think your way out. And all this information is right here for you, buddy. Time to consume and goon. And I appreciate you for consuming and gooning on this. Even though I am giving you the worst Let's Play and guide you have ever seen. I'm not even reading the fucking dialogue here. This is mostly a casual thing that we're doing here, especially for these parts, because it's just a guiding quest, man. It's not really that important. He's just like, oh my god, Fostel's evil. How could he be evil? I'm like, yes, he's evil, fucking idiot. So yeah. Anyways, I guess I can explain a little bit more gameplay here as well. What we're doing is going up there to fight the trolls. We have to kill trolls and this it's like a clay dragon monster thing. It's a dragon quest. This dragon monster. I don't know what the fuck to call it. But yeah, it's an annoying thing to know that the feelings, I mean, they're valid, right? I'm not gonna say the feelings don't matter, but we're guys. So you know, I know, we know. You can kind of just put them down. You can kind of just change them. You can kind of just do whatever to them. But the problem with that is that a lot of people don't do the first step of feeling them first, you know? And I know we all have this ability. I know we can all just take our, you know, shit and compartmentalize and be like, okay, that goes there and that goes there, right? But you have to go through the process of feeling it first. You gotta let the body know, because the body's gonna know. You gotta let the body know, okay, this is what you're feeling. I got you, dog. And then you use that to move forward in whatever way you need to. And I suppose I could give a little bit of an example here, something with literally happening today. So today, of course, it is a day that ends with Y, so I had to play Dragon Quest. And I woke up, I decided to not stream today because we've been doing the streams daily for a while, and I was like, this is kind of slowing me down from recording, and I am behind on recordings. I'm basically been recording one a day in the morning for the afternoon upload, which is usually not what I do. I usually have a few baked in, ready to go. But since the hard drive destroyed itself, you know, and I was feeling down about all of those collective factors, I did wake up at my scheduled appropriate time, about 3 a.m. I played some Dragon Quest, recorded some things, and I went right the fuck back to sleep because I was like, you know what? I don't feel like doing anything else. I feel drained. I feel bad. You know what I'm saying? And I used those feelings to set myself up for the next episode. So I just wrote some stuff down. You know what I'm saying? And I acknowledged where I am, and then I compartmentalized it, and I said I'm gonna sleep this shit off. So I slept it off. I woke up, still felt bad, and I was like, yeah, this shit just needs to get done though. So I used the shit that I wrote down. Didn't even have to think about the episode. You know, didn't even have to think about, you know, what I was saying, whatever. But I already wrote the shit down. And then I just did it. And then I felt a little bit better afterwards. And now we're here on the same fucking day where I still didn't really feel like getting down to record. But I knew it had to happen. You know, we had an empty house once again. So I tend to utilize those moments where I can truly feel like I could be myself because I'm a very private person. And yeah, I decided, let me get the feelings out. Let me get the anguish out, because I feel like once I get done with this, I will feel better. And I don't know about when I'm done, but I feel good right now. I feel better than when I started, because right when I did start, I did feel like I was getting a little congested again. But I feel better than that. Better. So I think, you know, there's just a vital step in between that we're missing. And that's because of a lot of factors, man. Like I said, a lot of things in the world will chase us down and try to convince us that we need them, when you really need to lock in on what truly brings you light, what truly brings you power, fire, courage, and justice, and hope. But realize that hope has to come from somewhere. And oftentimes we don't have the why if we don't have the vision to where we need to go. You know, that your body will dictate for you. You know, then you'll be blind. A lot of the times you will be blind to what actually will get you that fulfillment. But it's an easy fix, guys. It's an easy fix. Like I said, quick pause. Quick pause to let yourself be yourself. Because I feel like a person who plays a lot of RPGs, person who plays a lot of Dragon Quest, you happen to be a thinker. And when you're a thinker, It's very easy to think ahead of your loved ones, your enemies, and just decide how to act, how to be, how to live for others. Easy to do, easy to be. But you need to know that it is not completely and entirely unnecessary, but a skill that has the ability to be tapped into and tapped out of. So that slight second to allow yourself to feel, you know, what you need to feel. Extremely vital. Extremely vital. And something that we shouldn't take for granted. You know, I as much as I wish we were just walking automatons, AIs that did not have to feel such useless and retarded human emotions that don't actually help us. You get it too. No choice, my friend. No choice, my friend. You must feel the feel, my friend. And because of that, because we are fleshy beings with fleshy needs, I say embrace it. I say, you know, you feel like you were wronged. You feel like people do weird things to you. You know, of course, I'm just that kind of guy that I don't really need to retaliate or get back. But, you know, before you craft the perfect response, allow yourself a little bit of space, a little bit of breathing room. You know what I'm saying? To unpack, you know, to truly get all your belongings out, you know, everything that matters to you. Because a lot of the times, man, I feel like when people step up to our gangster, you know, it's oftentimes for stuff that doesn't really fucking matter to us. But you know what does matter? Your reputation. It always does. So we always have a choice how to react, you know? You don't really choose what people say, where they go, you know? But you can choose how to react. Your body's gonna know how you want to, you know, and it's gonna know obviously that you can think more to get the perfectly crafted response as well. But I feel like the feelings that we're gonna have in our senses and in our urges, you know, something that we're really not gonna get away from at any time, you know. So in the end, it really feels like it's all down to how you want to live, you know? A lot of things in this life require reputation to be high, but you don't need them. I don't need them, you know? I just think it's a lot less hectic to stay under the radar. And you know, that's what I gear myself toward. But yeah, you got to realize a lot of people just gear themselves differently. You can't be mad at anyone for doing the rambunctious thing, reacting the rambunctious way, doing the crazy thing, making the crazy story. Can't be mad at him. I can't be mad at him, baby. So I won't be mad at him. I won't. I won't. All in all, your emotions are up to you to display. I'm not saying they're up to you to feel, but to display, of course. You gotta show them shit. The crazy thing about this world, man, it don't gotta all be on camera. A lot of people say if it's not on camera, it ain't even happen, baby. So, given those circumstances, I care not for where my brain goes. You know, I care for what my body feels. And so we feel it. And, you know, wherever the brain goes from my true feelings is where I want it to go. Okay? Because you got to acknowledge that although that river flows, although that river will not stop flowing, we are not in the river. We are observing the river. We are a partaker in the drippy drips, the drippy drip feeds of the river's sustenance. You know what I'm saying? I got tons of them. I got tons of little drip droplets rolling through the brain. But I mean, like if I gave, you know, pure adherence and filled my cup up with and drank it every 5 seconds, I'd be pissing like a fountain. I can't piss that much, guys. I gotta let some of that water flow away. I gotta let some of that water go. I'm 70% water, man. I gotta choose. But that's the thing, man. You're never gonna choose the way your body feels. You're never gonna get away from that. You know, saying if you have to pee, there's not like a pill you can take to be like, oh, now I don't have to pee anymore. It doesn't fucking happen. Okay, you can apply buffs to make yourself not have to pee as much. You know, saying you need painkillers or whatever, but you're always gonna have to pee. So I think that's a vital step. I really do. Just feeling out, man. You know, your body's gonna feel it, so just allow your body to feel it. Allow your body to feel it, you know? With anything, I feel like as humans, we're always gonna go back to our natural nature. And at least for me, I always try to just adhere to what people want too much. I really do. I really do feel like that's a problem. So I'm glad I'm doing this at content creation though, because now I'm realizing it's so fucking impossible to please everyone. I can't even please fucking anyone of my subscribers. I'm just joking. We have over 100 now, so I do appreciate all of you here. We're growing every day, and I like the support. But you know what I'm saying? I get hate as my tiny little ass self. You know, I feel like it's just because people are angry at me that I'm so fucking consistent and I'm so fucking sexy. But whatever the case be, you know, you're never gonna please everybody. And I'm glad I'm doing the content creation to realize that I can't please everybody, because I'm still fucking trying to please everybody, even doing this. But eventually I'll get out of it. Eventually. Either way, I try to only give you guys an hour. I think we have one more quest to do after this. So, see if I want to do this next time or want to do this now. I think I want to do this next time. So, I do appreciate you guys for stopping by. This has been the Koopa. And you know what we getting into. Next time we are going some Puku land with the Puku brands. Doing some Puku sands in my Puku land. Okay, I'm done. I'm being way too stupid. I appreciate you guys, and we will catch you on the flip side. Flip side of the Koopa. Yeah, flip side of the Koopa. Yeah.
This ain't what you want, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want, this ain't what you want.